Okay, so if you travel a lot, you know that feeling, right? That moment of dread.
Oh, yeah.
You settle into your hotel, maybe the airport lounge, pull out your laptop, your phone,
Yeah.
and the Wi-Fi is just, well, awful.
Painfully slow, or it keeps dropping out, or you've got that annoying login page for every single device.
Exactly. It's like connectivity isn't just nice to have anymore. It's mission critical, especially if you're working. Fighting for bandwidth, it's a real struggle.
It really is. So today we're doing a deep dive into some gear that's supposed to help you win that fight. We're looking at reviews of a specific device, the TP-Link BE3600 Wi-Fi 7 portable travel router, model TL-WR3602BE for those keeping track.
Right. This little black box, it promises to take that sketchy public Wi-Fi and turn it into your own personal network. Fast, secure, private. Okay, let's unpack this. What makes this little gadget such a big deal?
Well, the headline is definitely that Wi-Fi 7 claim and something so small.
Yeah, Wi-Fi 7 in a travel router seems pretty advanced. And it hits those core problems we just talked about. Speed, reliability, and maybe most importantly, security. You know, public Wi-Fi, whether it's a hotel, airport, coffee shop, it's inherently shared, often overloaded, and frankly, not always safe.
So this device is meant to be like a personal firewall, giving you reliable performance and protecting your data from, whatever else is lurking on that public network. It's about taking back control.
Okay, let's start with the physical thing itself. Because if it's a brick, it's not coming with me.
Right. Portability is key.
And the reviews seem pretty positive on the design. It's described as sleek, kind of understated, doesn't scream tech gadget,
Yeah, no crazy antenna sticking out or blinding LEDs.
Exactly. Small enough for a jacket pocket, corner of a bag. And apparently the build feels solid, but not heavy, which is important for travel.
That's table stakes, really. But what's smart is the connectivity they built in, the physical ports.
Ah, okay. What do we got there?
Two key things. First, a USB 3.0 port.
Oh, nice.
Well, versatility, mainly. You could plug in a USB drive, maybe share files across your devices easily, like photos from your trip, or use it as a sort of mini media server locally. It's a nice touch.
Okay, handy. And the second port?
The one that really stands out is the 2.5 Gigabit Ethernet port.
Whoa, hold on. 2.5 gig on a travel router? That feels like overkill, doesn't it? I mean, are hotels actually giving you 2.5 gig wired connections in the room these days?
That's a fair question, and honestly, probably not. Not commonly, anyway. You're lucky if you get a stable 1 gigabit connection in most places.
So why include it then?
It's about future-proofing, partly, but also about making sure the router itself is never, ever the bottleneck. Even if the hotel gives you, say, 800 megabits.
Which would be amazing, by the way.
Right. But if you had just a standard 1 gigabit port, fine. But the 2.5 gig port ensures that all the bandwidth coming in gets processed as efficiently as possible before it even hits the Wi-Fi side. It's performance headroom, ready for when networks eventually catch up.
Okay, that makes sense. It's maximizing what you do get. Let's talk about the wireless side then, the engine. Wi-Fi 7 support, that's the big claim.
It is, and it's striking because, most travel routers are still on Wi-Fi 5, maybe Wi-Fi 6 if you're lucky.
And the reviews do say it delivers. Like noticeably faster speeds, more stable connections, streaming, video calls, just browsing. It all feels smoother.
But, okay, here's where we need to add a little nuance. What's fascinating here is how it's Wi-Fi 7.
Uh-oh, there's a catch.
Well, not exactly a catch, but a clarification. You know how a major selling point of full Wi-Fi 7 is that new 6 gigahertz band?
Yeah, the super wide clear channel for top speeds.
Right.
This particular model, the BE3600, it doesn't support the 6 gigahertz band. It's dual band only. 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So it's not really full Wi-Fi 7 then. Is that just marketing hype? Seems a bit disappointing if you're expecting the absolute cutting edge. I wouldn't call it hype, more like a very practical design choice for this specific use case travel. Think about it. Where are you going to find a 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi network when you're traveling? Good point. Probably nowhere right now. Hotels, airports. They're definitely not broadcasting on 6 gigahertz yet.
Exactly. So TP-Link included the other benefits of the Wi-Fi 7 standard things like multi-link operation for stability, better handling of interference, more efficient data transmission, especially with lots of devices. All the stuff that makes the connection feel robust on the existing 2.4 and 5 gigahertz bands.
So it uses the newer tech, just not the new frequency.
Precisely. They didn't add the cost and complexity of 6 gigahertz hardware that, frankly, you wouldn't be able to use 99% of the time when traveling. It keeps the device small, affordable, and focused on delivering the practical benefits in today's environments. It's a strong dual-band performer that leverages Wi-Fi 7 efficiencies.
Okay, that reframes it completely. It's optimized for the real world, not just chasing specs?
Yeah, exactly. Smart engineering, I think.
All right, so we have the hardware, the Wi-Fi engine. Now let's talk about how flexible this thing is, the different ways you can actually use it. This seems like the real aha moment for people who travel a lot.
Oh, absolutely. The multiple operating modes are key. Instead of thinking of them as just technical terms, think of them as solutions to common travel headaches.
Okay, break it down for us. So,
Okay.
scenario one, you're in a hotel room. They give you that old school Ethernet cable. Your goal, share that wired connection wirelessly and securely.
Right. You put the device in router mode, boom, instant private Wi-Fi network for all your gadgets.
Simple enough. Scenario two.
The hotel Wi-Fi exists, but the signal in your room is just terrible. Like 1 bar constantly dropping.
Ugh, the worst. Happens all the time.
Your goal here is just to boost that weak signal, make it usable. That's repeater mode. It picks up the weak signal and rebroadcasts it strongly nearby.
Okay, so my phone isn't constantly searching and draining its battery trying to hold on to that flaky connection.
Exactly. Which leads us nicely into scenario 3, the dreaded captive portal. You're at a conference, maybe an airport, you pay for Wi-Fi, but they only let you connect one device.
Right, and you've got your laptop, phone, tablet.
Yeah. Your goal is to share that single paid connection across all your devices. That's hotspot mode, sometimes called WSP mode. The router logs into the paid Wi-Fi once, and then all your devices connect to the router's private network. It cleverly shares that single authorized connection.
That is incredibly useful. And the fourth mode.
Access point AP mode. This is similar to router mode, but assumes you're connecting it to an existing network that already handles things like IP addresses. Basically, it just adds a wireless access point to a wired network. Maybe like common for pure travel, but adds flexibility.
Wow, okay, so router, repeater, hotspot, AP mode. That covers pretty much any network situation you'd run into on the road.
And the key is being able to switch between them easily, supposedly through the app, without needing an engineering degree. That flexibility is what makes it a real travel tool.
Okay, but let's shift gears slightly. Speed, flexibility,
Yeah.
awesome, but pointless if your connection isn't secure. Public Wi-Fi is notoriously risky. How does the BE3600 handle the security side? This feels critical.
Absolutely critical. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the whole point of making your own little network bubble is security. And this router makes it, well, relatively easy. It has built-in support for VPNs.
Okay, like OpenVPN.
Yep, OpenVPN support is there, but more importantly, it also supports WireGuard.
WireGuard. I keep hearing that's the one to look for now. Why is it better? For someone maybe still using older VPN tech.
Basically, it's just much more modern. It was designed from the ground up to be simpler, faster, and use less processing power. Older VPN protocols can sometimes really slow down your connection because the encryption is heavy.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that VPN slowdown.
WireGuard is way more efficient. So having it built into the router means you can set up a VPN connection on the router itself, and then every single device connected to the router's Wi-Fi, laptop, phone, whatever, automatically has its traffic routed through that secure VPN tunnel.
Without needing separate VPN software on each device.
Exactly. One setup on the router secures everything connected to it. It adds that crucial layer of protection against snooping or man-in-the-middle attacks, especially on those sketchy open public networks. It's a big security upgrade.
And setting this up, is it complicated? Because fiddling with VPN settings when you're tired in a hotel room, not ideal.
No, the reviews suggest it's pretty straightforward. It uses the standard TP-Link Tether app, which most people find fairly user-friendly.
Okay.
The interface is apparently clean. Setup takes just a few minutes, even if you're not super tech-savvy. That ease of use is vital for a travel gadget.
Yeah, you just want it to work.
Right. Security shouldn't require a manual and 3 hours of configuration. The simplicity, plus the router apparently doing some automatic performance optimization based on the environment, means you get security and performance without a lot of hassle.
Okay, now here's something interesting that popped up in the review data. Something about battery life. How does a router help my phone's battery? That sounds backwards.
It does seem counterintuitive, doesn't it? But it actually makes perfect sense. Think about your phone connected directly to that weak hotel Wi-Fi down the hall.
Okay.
Your phone's little Wi-Fi radio has to constantly crank up its power, shouting basically, to try and maintain that weak, unstable connection. It's constantly searching, reconnecting. That burns a lot of battery.
I see where you're going.
But if your phone is connected to this travel router sitting right next to it on the desk, the signal is super strong, stable, Your phone can operate its Wi-Fi radio at a much lower power level.
Because the connection is easy.
Exactly. So it uses significantly less battery compared to fighting that distant, weak hotel access point. It's a side effect of having a strong, local, stable connection.
Better battery life because of better Wi-Fi. That's actually a fantastic, unexpected benefit.
It really is.
Okay, so let's bring it all together. How did this actually perform out in the real world, according to the sources? Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, the reports were pretty positive. Tested on an actual trip, it apparently handled that modern workload juggle really well.
Yeah.
You know, running a video conference, streaming something in 4K, maybe doing some general browsing, all at the same time across multiple devices.
Without choking.
Without the usual slowdowns or hiccups you might expect from a typical travel router trying to do all that. Connecting laptops, phones, tablets was quick and reliable. It seemed to deliver on that promise of creating a stable, high-performance bubble.
So it sounds like they packed enough power in there without making it huge or prone to overheating. Okay, let's try and summarize the verdict for you, the listener.
Yeah, the bottom line seems to be
The TP-Link BE3600, this TL-WR3602BE model, it really looks like a standout travel companion. It's compact, it's genuinely versatile with those 4 different modes.
router, repeater, hotspot, AP.
Yeah, and it's packed with useful tech.
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's that asterisk, no 6 gigahertz band.
Right, the practical compromise.
But its strong dual-band performance, leveraging those Wi-Fi 7 efficiencies, combined with the robust security, especially that easy WireGuard VPN support, seems to make it a really solid investment for anyone who travels frequently and depends on good, secure internet.
Yeah, it turns that unpredictable public Wi-Fi chaos into something reliable and secure control. Seems like an essential bit of kit for the modern traveler. So as you think about your next trip, maybe keep these takeaways in mind. The portability, that stable dual-band Wi-Fi 7 speed, the crucial security layer from the built-in VPN support, and just the sheer flexibility those 4 modes give you. And maybe here's a little something to think about, building on that 6 gigahertz point we discussed. Right now, leaving it out makes total sense for travel. But how quickly is that going to change? Well, as true end-to-end Wi-Fi 7 devices, laptops, phones, and the networks in hotels and airports start rolling out with 6 gigahertz support becoming more common, how long before traveler expectations shift?
You mean people start demanding that top-end speed, even on the go?
Exactly. Will the next generation of these travel routers basically be forced to include 6 gigahertz just to meet that demand for maximum bandwidth and the lowest latency, even if coverage is still patchy initially? It makes you wonder how fast the space will continue to evolve. The speed race isn't stopping.
That's a really interesting point, something to definitely mull over.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider how much time and, let's be honest, stress you might be losing right now battling bad connections. And what's the value of turning that frustrating public Wi-Fi experience into your own secure, private, and fast online hub?
Indeed.
All right, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.